Okay. Those of you who come in benevolent energy, I honor you for watching. If you're coming in live on YouTube Live at Blooming Light, if you're logging in live, it's September the 10th, 2025. It's approximately 10:46 p.m. Central Standard Time in the U.S. Okay, so we do have a karmic reading and message. Okay, so somebody mad. And they're up to the same old lies, the same old spells, and the same old tricks. Something must have happened with, who knows, maybe somebody, they were expecting some money from, or somebody they were in a relationship with, or a cult leader, or all of the above. But they've been showing their ass, essentially trying to get narcissistic supply from the collective. Okay. Now, the same old tricks and spells. So these are the same energies who, in their desperation and in their ridiculousness, basically, since they could not get to the feminine, the honorable feminine, since they can't affect her, she's getting stronger. She's, what I'm saying? She's really, really working on herself in this collective reading, and it's becoming apparent and obvious to everybody. So this energy is upset, and basically they're doing what they've been doing, which is having a 3-year-old tantrum, and basically their inner child wounds, trying to project that onto the collective. And since it doesn't have the same weight as it maybe once did, or maybe the same effect, so out of their desperation and their pettiness, they've reduced themselves to doing some of the same old spells that they've been doing on the collective's children. This includes disabled young adults, and you name it, to get them, basically playing on their wounds and accessing their vulnerabilities, or any space that they can get into, if it's technology, if it's games, if it's whatever they can do. But they did the same old strategies. I know you're listening, whore. But they did the same strategies in terms of, sending infernos to get the feminine's children to act out. They did the same shit. They're really not all that original. Very under-impressed. So they sent that, but even that was kind of intercepted by the Honorable Feminine and her team. It did have an effect, but not the same, because they've been doing work on themselves and their children. So it was intercepted by the Honorable Feminine and her team to assist their children with the attack of sending these yucky, nasty, jinns, the digital jinns, infernos, and stuff like that to them, to basically get them to act narcissistically. Also playing on, let's say for an example, I want to make sure I explain a couple things, because some stuff is natural, okay? But the thing about distorted practitioners is that they also play onto the things that are natural as well. So let me give you an example. Let's say, the child has, just like the rest of us, was shaping into an environment, so our diets are yucky and crappy, or if we had, minimum needs, and so your body gets accustomed to certain things. And so when your body has an overflow of parasites, or just parasites, and it's becoming starved, what happens is even the physical body, you're going to act out. It's going to be like an addiction, just like a crackhead, a method, and heroin. If you take that from them, there's going to be some acting out. So essentially, they played on all the vulnerabilities of the collective and the collective's children, because feminine is getting too strong. She's too strong. It ain't hitting, bitch. She's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some ricochet, some whoop ass is called pa, and they go pa, It's happening, and she know it. Okay, so a part of it is vengeance. Like I said, these people are bottom feeders. Okay, they have inner child wounds that they refuse to look at. So they're being what they are, which is a 3-year-old in a 20-plus-year-old body. Okay, so they've been stomping around doing their usual. Okay, I mean on extra. We got this recorded though. We may even upload it. Because I actually played some of it back just so I can see for myself. Because sometimes the sound won't always pick up the way you need it to. So what I did is I just took out the time to stand on, chairs and tables so that I could get me a nice little record that provided crisp and clear enough sound so that it could be understood. That no, you can hear this clearly. You can also see it's like a video, an actual video. It's not just audio, it's a video. So basically you can see me, you can see my son, you can see in the environment. So it ain't one of them things where it's gonna be, oh, that could be, nope. And so they did this about 3 or 4 times today, where it was like outlandish. And then there was a space of time, I guess, between the times where they left and went and did whatever, or they were doing spells or whatever on a collective scale. So on top of the other individuals that's surrounding this environment or the situation on the collective, but feminine is aware of it all. She's aware, very much so, of the people walking around in circles doing rituals. She is aware of the people that are cycling doing rituals on bikes, motorcycles, and in vehicles. She is also aware of those that are sitting in parking lots of complexes doing the rituals. She knows. She knows about, when they're driving around looking like, it's like, is that a crackhead? Or maybe that's a meth head? What the fuck? Okay, but she's aware of some of that is still energy projection. It's not everybody that's driving, no doubt. She is just simply aware of the ones who are. Okay? She's not implying that it's every freaking single car. Come on. But she knows. Okay? And she's put spells in place for that as well. And as a result, she knows that there's a lot of, it's whiplash happening. And so people are acting out because she's doing a lot of healing work. She's cleansing a lot. Which means there's a lot of okay? Now, somebody mad, feminine knows. Because again, this is something that she comes to grips with in her life, just growing and healing as a person, that when you are somebody that's healed and whole and happy and content in your life as a person, not perfect, maybe every day ain't Sunday, maybe every day ain't sunshine and rainbows, but overall, in general, within yourself, you're not somebody that's conducting in ways in which these people are. No matter how people want to flip the pancake, and no matter what excuses, no matter what they're pulling out their asses, no matter what they're so-called, at the end of the day, that's the bottom goddamn line. Okay? Ain't nobody tantruming like a 3-year-old, slamming doors. Like, this is what they did earlier. Like, this, like, unusually loud. Even the rest of the whole building had to know that and hear it because of how loud, like they were trying to unhinge the fucking door. I got that on recording too. I wanted to hear it. Sometimes I'm guided to let it be quiet in the environment, and have at least one of the devices just to see. Because, you never know. You never know what you can catch, what might be useful for you down the road. If you get nothing, then okay, you didn't get anything that day. Okay, but maybe one day you get something. Then, there was a little bit of unusual activity, but again, this is stuff that just feminine takes note of in terms of the walkways and hallways near the unit, of her children, herself, or whatever. Okay, she picks up on any unusual activity and she makes a note. Okay, whether that be somebody is oddly lingering with them and their children there, or they're doing like a trazillion back and forths. It's like, okay, whoop. So she already knows. Again, something must have happened. We're going to get into that reading because it's an actual reading we'll be getting into here. I just wanted to get like the message out first. So of course they're doing baneful work on feminines too. Okay, but as I mentioned, because it's not sticking the way it used to, they're like, okay, I know what to do. I know how to get a reaction. I know how to upset them. I know how to, it's very childish. It's giving, what was the name of that movie? Girl Interrupted, but not in a cool way. It's giving, yeah. Okay. I think there's been some kind of disruption in something that they were not expecting, because we did, in the pre-read that I did earlier, we did have a tower come out for them. So I don't know if they're having issues with some of their friendships or a dude. We're going to get into that. But the same old, and I kind of just smirked. I was like, wow. Like all day today I was peeping game. I was like, okay. And I was putting in a lot of work. I did what I told you all that I was going to be doing. Concentrating on doing more sessions on myself and my son and the space, and focusing on the things in which that is my goal. And so I was like, okay. And I still had that other stuff in the background. I'm like, I sense that, I can feel that, I see that, I caught that. Okay. This cult, this person, is in, or maybe something with the cult leader, or maybe somebody went to jail, or maybe somebody, they must have, for them to be slamming the door, listen, ain't nobody, nigga. I'm sorry. Nigga, ain't no, But see, I'm threading what I'm doing now. I put, buffers in my shit because in the name of error, I like to cover myself. I have no intention on just randos. It's like, okay, in case of error, let's alchemize this, transmute it neutrality, just transmute it into light. But if I'm on the money, run with that shit. Make that shit fucking happen. Ride it into the sunset. So people playing in my energy and my son's energy, I'm threading a lot of spells on that shit. Whether that be, forcing their way into our space, walking up and down past his apartment, whatever little weirdy bullshit they've been doing. I'm putting a judgment and a spell in it. Yes, I am. I sure am. Because this whole idea on a collective scale, I'm sure feminines, if this is something like your story, you're doing something similar, because people had the gall and the audacity to attempt to entrap you and your children and attempt to harvest you and sacrifice you and torture you and torment you, and then think you wasn't going to come back with some hefty shit. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? Sprinkling shit places and shit. It's quiet now because they watching. Psychotic. It's given, why haven't people put these folks? I laughed earlier today. I laughed and then I just moved on and kept doing what I was doing, you know, with my son, with myself, and refocusing. But I was like, and I said, okay, never mind, just go on, girl. Just go on. It's how the fuck I don't know why they letting these people walk around. And I don't understand that. I'm not going to. There's nobody that's going to get me to understand it. Because how come these people aren't in an institution with a straight jacket? Because who does that? Anyway, let me go into neutral. I'm just saying, like, if humans that step onto this video someday and just put your little personal shits aside and get practical and go, yeah, who does that? Then you'll see what I'm talking about. What grown bitch and grown nigga? Let's see what happened. Because I was like, why are they so mad? Because like I said earlier, it was outrageous. It was even outrageous for them. It was one of the loudest noises I think that I have heard them do. Now they've done like 3 or 4 different ones since then. They were gone for a while, and then they must have gotten back a little while ago, or they must have finished doing their spell work a little while ago. And I smiled because I was like, right on cue. So let's see what happened. Let's get into the actual read now. Because why? Wait. I mean, again, people who, you got it together, you're on top of the world, all your plans are great, you're married, if that's what you want, or you have a committed, or whatever it is, you're whole, you're hashtag boss vibes and big. Okay, so then what's the problem? What happened? Why, on a collective scale, these energies that did their same playbook spell work on the collective's children, because it's hard to penetrate the collective any further. Okay, these people that's possibly live near them, same communities, same complexes. Okay, these cults, covens, secret societies, groups, whatever they are. What is it? What are they unusually angry about? I mean, we already know that some of them signed up to be the noisemaker. A part of their whole deal is the disruptor, so they can get their kibbles and bits. Okay? That's a whole, whatever they were being hazed for or auditioning for. I'm just saying. Hey, why people be getting mad at me? I'm like, okay, well, I'm not the one doing it. So why is people mad at me? I'm not the one being disruptive. I'm not the one causing the problems. Neither is the collective. People have a problem with us saying it collective, but we're not the ones causing the problems. It's these people. Fucking with y'all's lives. I mean, it's not even that. It's not science. You don't even have to be educated or intelligent much to understand that. Okay, so let's continue to get a couple more. What are they unusually upset about? Okay, we know that that's a part of their little routine, but it was apparent that they're not happy about something. Okay, they're not happy. They are agitated, especially so today. So, Okay, so I have moving to a new home, city, state at the end of the year. And then I have feminine is not toxic, she's just not stupid. And then I have feminine is living an abundance mindset. Now, the abundance mindset could be you're just trying to maintain positivity. You may be having financial struggles thanks to some of these motherfuckers, the thieving motherfuckers, you know, these weirdos. But you are, you know, really working on your energy to stay in this abundant mindset, balancing yourself out and just being content. I mean, because what else the fuck are you gonna do? Like you do what you can do. Okay, you work your angles, you learn your lessons, you review, you know, and what else you gonna do? Okay, so, and then it says the energy harvesters are getting ill. Shaking my head, somebody's getting sick. But again, that's a spell collective that you and your team could have threaded in something, since people feel like they're almighty and all knowing and sovereign and powerful. You know, they're, you know. So it's like, very well, then your whore ass is going to drive like a California raisin. Because, nigga, we said stop doing it. And apparently you didn't understand the words that's coming out of our mouth. You know what I'm saying? So there are some people getting sick out here in these here streets. And it looks like somebody's moving. Now, I don't know if they're moving, because I'm like, why are they upset? I don't know if they're moving, if somebody they know is moving, if it's you, feminine, that's moving. But whatever this moving energy is as the lead, they are not happy about that, okay? They're also not happy about people. Maybe people believed them. They had people convinced that you were toxic because they were doing stuff much like your relatives and all the other weirdos that's been playing in your life and your energy. They was doing shit behind the scene where nobody can see and know. And they had their trashy friends and people that was in on it doing stuff as well. And when, you know, there was some kind of reactive abuse and reaction and people are ignorant to that sort of thing, then they was able to try to step in your energy and then go around like, oh my God, they're so toxic, they're violent. I'm not the one slamming doors to such a magnitude that I'm trying to unhinge the motherfucker. Neither are y'all collective. Y'all not the ones doing that at 11, 12 o'clock, you know, 11 at night, 12 a.m. in the morning, like you work in construction. Moving tables and chairs and shit. I got the sudden cases of the rearranging. Y'all ain't the ones doing that. That's them. But it's funny how they have people convinced, you're toxic because you voice how you feel and your emotions because people playing with you in your children's life. But now that we're balancing this out, we're finding other ways to deal with it, other ways to acknowledge it, other ways to clear it, right? So that we can ground out so it's energetically causing something, which is why I believe in part that these energies do all of that, but I put a judgment and a spell on it too. And my command is active. It's active because, again, energy projectors, energy vampires that have been used to bypassing being accountable, they have lived their lives as a tyrant. They've gone about bullying people, vomiting on people, stomping, huffing and puffing, threatening to blow people's house down. And in a way, that was them energetically projecting their inner child wounds, their lack of ability to manage themselves on energetically speaking, so that they don't have to sit with it. But I put some judgment and a spell on it. I sure did. And it's ongoing. So no, not this time, dear. I know what the trash told you. But see, that's why I'm putting certain things in place, because now this shit is going to be like bounce. No, you're going to sit in your energy one way or the other. This is your investment. And this is a you issue. And you're going to live with that. And we ain't absorbing it. In fact, I'm ordering it. You're going to sit with your shit. No more vomiting via stomping around and slamming doors. Somebody didn't raise somebody proper. You're gonna live, you're gonna sit with this. No matter the collective, listen, the judgment, they're gonna sit with that. No matter who else they still got fooled and in a little clique and circle, they're gonna live with that energy that they're trying to project to make you all feel. This is a part of why these groups and individuals work so very hard to try to make you have to have proximity to these people, because they knew that you all's energies was compromised, your vibration was compromised. They knew about that while they pretended to not know nothing about all that. And so then as a byproduct, if they're abusing you and stomping and doing all this shit, that ethically, oracally speaking, biofeel, that you all will be absorbing basically their junk, because that's what this is. Okay, they're mad. But guess what, collective? That is a them issue. That's the point of a lot of what I've been talking about for a long time. Moving to a new home, city or state by the end of the year. By the end of the year, okay, they're upset about that. Why are they upset about it? Okay. Oh, is it a family member of theirs? It says blood ties, inner circle, family, synchronicity, somebody moving. Okay, they bothered by that. Okay. Feminine is not toxic. She's just not stupid. Okay, come together is coming into the reverse. Family, it fell on top of family. She knows about something here. Maybe this person thought there was going to be a reconciliation between them and somebody. Maybe somebody's family is seeing the truth about why something ended with a feminine. I have intervention here, rescue others involved. I have racing, running, and avoiding in the reverse. Okay. It's something that's unavoidable now. Okay. They're upset because whatever they participated in to trap a feminine, to make it so that feminine, whatever the whole deal was with entrapment and ambushing, and it's flipping, it's turning against them. Okay, we're going to torture them. We're going to entrap feminine, and we're going to torture them and their children, and we're going to scapegoat them, and we're going to sacrifice them, and we're going to set them up, and we're going to drive them, whatever the fuck, Denial, not facing the truth. This person is delusional. It says not facing the truth, irrational reasoning. Let's keep it pushing. Why is this person so upset? Especially on a collective scale, why is this person especially so upset that, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if that door, the hinges, if it's loose. I wouldn't be surprised if the owners or the staff or maintenance were to discover, like, it's some loot. Yeah, because that's how, yeah. Yeah. Let's clarify family, blood ties, inner circle. Okay. I have bored coming in the reverse. So this is like the Four of Cups in reverse. So it looks like somebody's going to take the opportunity to move. Okay. Give me one more here. Why are they upset about that, though? Because I'm like, that shouldn't be a big deal. It says winter season. I'm tired of being alone. I want someone who knows my worth. Is somebody, I'm going to have to get the tarot on this. So I'm like, maybe this is somebody they thought they were going to be in a relationship with, or somebody's supposed to move and be in a relationship with someone else, for to take the opportunity to move on. Okay. Let's clarify, come together, reverse. The reason why I was thinking like a romantic relationship for them, because I do have come together, reverse. So it's kind of like either they thought they were reconciling with somebody, or they were a part of making sure that feminine didn't reconcile with somebody. Okay? Because it says here, feminine is not toxic, she's just not stupid. Now I'm clarifying reconciliation in the reverse, and it's coming out as confusion reversed. So something has been made clear that whatever happened, it wasn't feminine, honey. Feminine is not confused, and it's becoming out that feminine is not toxic. She's not stupid. She's just not stupid. Okay? So she know when people playing in her energy. She know when people are doing spell work on her and her children. Okay? Simple as that. Okay? Simple as that. She know when people have ill will and hate and dishonor. Because of what she's gone through, those things and those senses have become sharpened. So she know when people plotting and scheming. She knows she'll get guidance. She'll get images. She'll get certain things. She knows when people sprinkling shit around their property and doing shit. She knows. When people acting weird and strange and stalking her, like she knows. Okay, feminine is living in an abundance mindset, racing in reverse. Even though they did all of this, yeah, it says unbothered. Oh, feminine. Okay, listen, that's what I'm saying. As you guys are like working on your energy and you're focusing more on the other stuff, like this bothers these people. Because it says unbothered. And it says boy, bye. You know, and you can mix that up to girl, bye. It says, I don't even care, losing interest or something, like bored, like you're just, you don't care. You're like, I don't care. I never have. It's like, but you know, knowing what I know now, it's just helping the collective to navigate through it, because you see clearly now what's going on. So there's no more mystery. So when all this strange and unusual behaviors and events are happening, now you know full well what's possibly at the root of it. Okay. Okay, so we have, obsession in the reverse. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. So feminine, this could have a lot to do with so many different things. Okay. And this is the collective reading, so y'all get the pieces as it fits. You all have just really been working on moving on in life, whether that's to do with estranged family, folks who did you shitty and dirty. It's period. It's just as simple as that. It's whether this is about a man, a family, a friend, and all of the above. Because I have obsessed in the reverse. This could also be a situation where these energies are upset because they can't. Feminine is in a positive attitude or a positive mindset. That's what they're fighting for. And whatever obsessions they've been able to get people in, because this person possibly do a lot of love spells. They possibly do a whole lot of other extra to get people like obsessed with them or stuck on them or something like that. And maybe it's no longer working. Okay, feminine, again, like I said, for you, this stuff is not working on you anymore. You're letting people go. You accept things. You're not fixing to be vying. You're out. You're not in high school. You're not in high school. You're not even in college. Y'all, some of y'all is finna, shit, like me, almost 50 damn years old. Got no time for this childish shit. Okay, that's leaving that for the youngsters. We don't got no time for this childish shit. Okay, let's see here. Springtime is coming in the reverse. Okay, He or she may be getting in trouble for something that they could have stolen last spring. Okay, because it says getting out, enjoying the concerts, parties, gatherings, traveling in the reverse. Okay, whatever they did to cause you loss and sorrow and whatever they've stolen and them being high on a hog and celebrating and all that, those times are over for them. And wedge is going into the reverse. Good gracious God. Because this was possibly one of the main wedges in your life in more ways than you know. Because they may be connected to some of the other main wedges in your life in more ways than one. And if they are, that other person may very well be in jail or fencing to be. The message may be coming through that they're going to take their whole ass to jail, bitch. And they fencing to have to cough up the shit. Okay, anyway. Because these are people that's been stealing. They thought it was a bright idea to sacrifice you, collective, and your children to entrap y'all in some country ass town, thinking that since y'all wasn't dealing with, you know what I'm saying, certain folks from the places that y'all came from and woo-de-woo, that, you know what I'm saying, woo, then ain't nobody gonna know and ain't got to worry about it. Wrong, because there's some other people that ain't connected to the trash. Nobody ever see that coming, ever. That don't mind whooping ass, don't mind a good old-fashioned Compton, you know, that ain't gonna mind it, not even a little bit. Sacrificing my cousin and my nephew, you on crack fucking cocaine, motherfucker. Before they can say abracadabra, ass. And if not that, because some of y'all collective, I believe that. I think that because this way this stuff is starting to come out, that there are energies out there you don't know. It's not like you're collabing or meeting with people. That's a them thing. Okay? But there are people who they ain't on. They like, no, that's fucked up. How the fuck you finna be trying to, Because this hoe over here with her insecure ass. What's wrong with you? Well, so they're upset because somebody's fixing to lose whatever they started gaining last spring. And they're not going to be able to wedge in your life, be a wedge. Okay? This could also have to do with snake in disguise in the reverse. So this could be feminine because of all of this stuff coming out and you working on your energy and emotions and all that. People are seeing like, this person, they actually didn't do nothing wrong. This was all bullshit. All of this is and was bullshit. Motherfuckers, snake tongues, lying, instigating, getting motherfuckers riled up. Maybe that's what they're mad about. Okay, let's see what else is going on. We're going to get a final message here in a minute. I guarantee you, when I go off, they'll be back at their same antics. When I'm done with this live. Right now, they may just be doing the spell work. But when I go off of the live, they'll be back at, auditioning for the gymnastics or doing construction. Carpentry and shit. Angel of Love. Okay, so this is coming out clarifying the first card, moving to a new home. So collective, this could be you. The card says 49. You may be moving, and it could be family that's going to help you. Or someone who looks at you like family, because I have Angel of Love, card number 49. I'm 49. Interesting. So why is this person upset with this? Okay, are you moving, collective? Are you moving somewhere? Oh, a caring connection. Oh, good gravy. So you might not know then, because I have, it could be well, this looks like lovers though. It's card number 14, which is Sagittarian energy, but it says caring connections, and then broken heart in the reverse, which is like a healing. So somebody may want to heal something. They could be upset because you are healing, that you are healing, and you know, people are seeing you as an angel of love. You know, people that have stolen from you, blossoming abundances in the reverse. Again, they may have to give up something. Divine Feminine is not toxic. She's just not stupid. Why is these energies so upset here with this one? What are they raving, raging, mad, livid about? So extra about right now. Okay. It says here, third chakra, because you're empowered. And then the world. Okay, there's an end of the cycle. Because you took your power back, and there's an ending, or they could be going through a breakup and an ending, or again, people are seeing that the truth about death, the truth about endings, the truth, because confusion is in the reverse. Maybe because you know that these people were involved in why something ended with, you know, identity theft with the solar plex, doppelganger, copycat, or stalker thing, you know. Okay, yeah, they're about to lose something. That's why they're upset. So I'm like, why are they so raving mad about this part? Oh, spell work. There it is. Magician in the mirror, 53. Somebody could have been 53 years old at that time. Or, you know, it could have to do with what, number 8, August, 8 months ago. You're not confused about spell work. And their spell work is no longer confusing you. You're not confused about, it could be somebody else that's not confused as well. Okay, because it's coming out that you're not toxic. So other people could be realizing like, oh, this person is, they doing rituals and they're manipulating. Okay, they're doing rituals, shit that they claim that they don't know nothing about and that they're not into. Okay, that's what they claiming to certain people. And then they're highly manipulated. They manipulating a situation here. Cornucopia. Yeah, cold-hearted. Heart chakra in the reverse. People are seeing like, no, this person's cold-hearted. And you're not toxic, and you called it out. Cold-hearted snakes. Yeah, healer of the ages. This came out the other day back to back. So it's, again, it's this vibe of, you know how to heal from baneful magic, and that could be pissing them off, you know, because not everybody be aware. Like I've been teaching about lately. It's like when you're not aware, then you're not, you see that? You think you're just sick, or you're just not feeling well, or you're just this. And so you'll just lean into it. You'll just sit in it and accept it. And this is how a lot of these people have been successful, because folks don't know that. and they're not already doing some kind of inner workings of their own, and so they don't have anything, they don't have nothing to work with. Okay. Yeah, so you're healing from all this baneful magic and chaos magic and unrest and all this weird shit they've been doing with the solar plexus. Interesting. Yeah, and look at, and the root chakra. The root chakra is coming in the reverse. So once again, I think they're upset because you guys are being seen collective as somebody that you could have suffered from a lot of people fucking with your root chakra. People doing spells on your health, your well-being, your children, your relationships, your stability, anything and everything, following you around like a weirdo. Okay? So that they can influence wherever y'all lay your head at. It's whack jobs. So that they can get destruction and chaos and conflict and, you know, in environments that you all have to be. Yeah. Oh boy, they could be upset because there's some people that's celebrating you because they can see the truth of what's caused this upheaval here. People, you know, people did not protect you. People did shit to you guys to make you vulnerable, and you know it. And you know it. Because again, get to somebody's environment, that's when you can get them vulnerable. I mean, that's not even, you don't got to be too smart to figure that out. The reason why they like to target environments that the person has to be alive, because that's where they're going to have to be vulnerable. If you can get close to their sleeping space, then that means you can get close to their vulnerability when they're going to have to rest at some point. You can get to their personal belongings. You see what I'm saying? You can manipulate and do shit. Physical things. Feminine is living in abundance mindset. Door to romance. Okay, so this is stirring somebody up, apparently, feminine, for you. Okay. Somebody wants to heal something with you. Yeah, door to romance, I guess. Yeah, it keeps coming out. That's weird. And that keeps coming out. Yeah. And it could be a man holding the coin. Uh-oh. That makes sense. A man holding a coin that's maybe divorcing them. I have action. Somebody's fencing to take action. Look it. This is fascinating. So I have the man holding coin in the upright, but then I have the woman holding coin in the reverse. So this could be either the energy, y'all, that's making all this disruption, or they're connected. If it's not them, then they're connected to that energy, and they're upset because I think this man, okay, might be wanting to take some actions towards you, or could be upset about maybe the actions that this person has been taking as well. Interesting. Thinking woman. The world. Oh boy. Action. I wonder who is that person. Yeah, it says door to personal healing and happiness is in the reverse. And attachment is in the reverse. Okay, so there's definitely, you know, the people were paid to take these actions towards you, feminine, to, you know, make you unhappy. Okay, this is something they started doing, like I said, possibly around last spring. So somewhere around March, April, May. Okay, because we had spring, where that card at? Springtime in reverse. So these are people that could have started, was paid an offer to take certain actions towards you around, what's the springtime? Yeah, around April, May, March, April, or May. Okay. Some of y'all are going to connect the dots between some major events that took place at that time, and it's going to point you to one of the main corporates that's been involved in it. Possibly worked on the premises, and their relatives may possibly live in the premises. And they possibly have connections with police, government. So this is how they're able to utilize that and basically hire all their little crooked friends and family and all of those things. Yeah. Now with the attachment also coming in the reverse, this is kind of clarifying what it says about you feminine, where, even though these people took these actions and they did all these things, you're still holding. You're holding. Okay? You're working on that. Okay? Which is also helping other people to maybe face their own stuff and kind of get rid of obsessions with certain shit too. You see that? Which could be why that's pissing them off. Okay. Boom. Now let's get the Letero. Oh wait, wrong. Before we get the tarot, let's go ahead and get Kipper. And you know what? We may do 4, 6, 8 breathing exercise at the end. Okay, if this is your collective and you get to this portion of the video, once you get to this portion of the video, you definitely want to be sitting down if you're going to participate. We may do it for like maybe 2-3 minutes, but this is designed to slow your mind down. It's designed to help regulate your nervous system. Okay, which is a big deal when you're getting yourself free from cults, and basically not that you were a part of the cult, but a cult that basically tried to sacrifice you and trap you. Okay, which is just narcissistic abuse, fancy words for narcissistic abuse. Okay. This is why they want you dysregulated so badly, because again, they want to affect your health and your well-being. And who does that? Who's into that? That's saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, on fire for the Lord, spiritual, guru, teacher, leader, powerhouse, hashtag businessman, businesswoman, hashtag boss bitch, boss nigga, hashtag, who First column. Privileged lady is going into the reverse. They're upset because they're karmic, and they're going to be losing these privileges, whatever this is that they've been stealing. Because that's essentially what this has been this whole time. Yeah, main female. False person reverse. That could be mature woman. So I have a younger woman and an older woman. This could be somebody that she's working with, that they're about to lose these privileges here. In this community. Yes, sir. This community. This, yeah, this, whatever this nigga. Yeah. Divine feminine is not toxic. She's not stupid. False person is in the reverse. Exactly. So your name is being cleared. Not with everybody. You know, there's some people, they stuck on dumb. Okay. The people that's involved with it, of course, you know, they still on that bullshit. But the other people who maybe they really were not. Okay. And, you know, maybe they ain't for that kind of shit, and they're starting to see, like, yeah, family room. Somebody's family is seeing something. Could be your extended families, some masculine's family, this person's family. Somebody is starting to see, like, wait a minute. Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay. This lady, but okay, At the end of the day, they don't bother nobody. They stay to themselves and their kids and shit. Since they paying everybody to watch them like a hog, then we can't even sit on our goddamn ducks and pretend like, you know what I'm saying, woo-de-woo. Some ain't right. Some ain't right. And it's being clear. It's becoming clearer. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something just ain't right. Oh yeah, there's a message. Oh, maybe somebody sent a message, because I have an envelope and a message and thief. They're thieves. Ooh, that's what they upset with. They got a message about. They received a message from an official person. That's what they so mad about. Death. Ooh. That, message of concern, sudden welfare. In jail. And the jail part came out, motherfucker, imprisonment. Oh shit. Yeah. Ooh. Either a community. Yeah, it's like you're trying to trap this lady. This is gonna be bad news forever. Marriage in the reverse. Mature man. Interesting. Maybe they got a message from the mature man. Or maybe the mature man. Okay, message of concern. Clarify the last one here. Divine feminine is living in abundance mindset. And, you know, woo-de-woo. Real quick. Despair. Somebody's in despair because of you trying to hold on to positivity, or in despair about what happened in the past. Distant horizon in reverse. A loss. This is a loss. So if somebody gained something, was planning something, the plan failed, whatever. They wasn't expecting this either. I just saw expectation in the reverse. Yep. And then it's got change in the reverse and poverty in the reverse. They was trying to keep you in poverty. Poverty, occupation in the reverse, high honor. They could be upset because something has to be made right. They're being penalized possibly for refusing to change. Yeah, because I have a high honor here. House reverse, good gravy. Family room, all they always, it's just always one skanky ass family. And then they go, hallelujah. Wow. I'm still flabbergasted. I'm like, wow. Because I know people like that personally. Or should I say I knew people like that personally from my past. If you were to go to their social media, you're going to see all of the New Testament. And you're going to even see some testimonies, you know, through testimonies. You know, the Lord is good, you know. Bless the Lord, you know, I got, you know. And they trying to sacrifice you and your kids. Huh? Because they better than, at least they think they are. At least they think they are. I have to put it like that. Bless God, you know, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. You know, he blessed me with this house. No, he didn't, poor. No, he didn't. No, she didn't. No, it didn't. Whatever your beliefs is, no, it did not. No, he didn't. It's called you and your people are criminals, professional. Okay, let's just be real with it. Let's stop pretending like this is something deep. No, you're thieves. It was a collab effect. Kaya's not blessed and wasn't a blessing. It was thieving, honey. You stole somebody's check. You intercepted somebody's mail. You're not blessed. You're cursed, and you're a fraud. And terrorizing them and their kids so that they can look nutty. They ain't spiritual, they ain't deep, they ain't saved, they ain't sanctified, they ain't filled with the Holy Ghost. They ain't none of that. They're frauds. They're frauds. Let's get the tarot. What's happening here? Why this person so livid? Clarifying the first column, moving to a new home. Why are they so livid? Extra more than they normally are. Why were they extra? Read all about it. The news. Yep, 6 of Wands, because you're being held in high honor. You're being held in some kind of high honor, or something to do with whatever attention and success they had gained or was hoping to gain. You know, it's been exposed with this 7 of Swords is in the reverse. Okay. This sneaky shit they've been doing to keep y'all in some fucked up shit or to stop something. You know, they may have to give something back again with this theft. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, because these people were doing a whole lot to make sure you didn't have nothing so that you couldn't. They worked their works, their angles, their connects, and everything that they had. Fucking with you, fucking with your kid, everything that they had. Okay? And 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. I told you. They're upset because it's something to do with they're not going to get some insurance. They're not going to get some kind of a bounty, whatever that was put on your head and your children's head here. Yeah, and they're under final judgment with Hierophant in reverse. They're done. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Hierophant in reverse. They're done. This corruption. Okay. But also, this could be divorce for some of you. Okay. Yeah, they're at it a little bit. Possibly doing their spells that they're going to pay for. Yeah, they're distorted. I have High Priestess in the reverse and the Star. Yeah, so they've been exposed. The secrets have come out. about dark practitioners, as well as about, you know, coming against you all because you guys were like a rising star. You know, they wanted your healing energy. They wanted your light. They wanted to be you. Okay? Mm-hmm. And this is exposed. 3 of Pentacles is going into the reverse. 7 of Cups in the reverse. This shit is not working. They could also be losing collaborators right now. Okay? Those of you who got out, smart, good move. You may have saved your family. Smart move. You may have bypassed some unnecessary hell for you and your family. That's intelligent. That ain't weak. That's not a weakness. That's being responsible and intelligent. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Ooh, shit ain't gonna work. It says she ain't toxic. 3 of Pentacles going into the reverse, 10 of Swords. So this person could be feeling like they're betrayed or brokenhearted. People could felt concerned about that and started pulling out. And those who did pull out, you're wise, okay? Because you are going to be a part of this 10 of Swords that these people are inevitably creating for themselves, even as I speak. 6 of Cups. Yep. Because, yeah. Some people are smart, like, I don't want nothing to happen to my kids. Shoot, I don't know what you own, what happened to you, and why you are where you are. But I don't want nothing happening to my kids because you over here on some crack. So, I understand being sad and upset, but I ain't with that kind of shit. I don't need my little tiny Tim be getting cross-eyed because you want to go to town on somebody's disabled child. Yep, Queen of Swords, yeah. You're smart. People are seeing, feminine, that you are smart. They're seeing things from a higher perspective, and they're realizing, you know, why you were upset, why you could have maybe became a little bit more cold and detached, and why you cut people off, because people were betraying you over and over again. And that's all the fuck what these motherfuckers do. They just sit up and constantly plot ways of trying to cause some kind of harsh, painful ending for you and creating these injustices for you with justice in the reverse. So this person's getting karma. What is this for them? And for some, it's people cutting them off. Justice in the reverse. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They're not going to get whatever this is. Or something is being retracted, an offer, as well as their gifts. Their gifts may even be taken from them because they have an attachment with this devil in the reverse. This thing is running them. This thing, they made a deal with the devil, and the devil's own the devil that they made a deal with is now theirs. And them things are running them now. These energies are overtaken by their obsession. Overtaken by these entities. That's why they're doing this shit. It's them entities. Yep. So yeah, the offer's been retracted. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Lovers reversed. Devil reversed. Woo-wee. Queen of Pentacles. We're gonna have a fun in a little bit. In a minute. The world. Four of, there again. Four of Wands is in the reverse. I don't know if they're gonna have to move. It keeps coming out over here. You're in an abundant mindset. Whatever these people are doing, now their life is gonna be disrupted. Their stability, this is the way this is going to go. You wanna fuck with somebody's livelihood, your livelihood is going to be fucked with. You wanna fuck with somebody's stability, their home space, you're gonna be affected in that manner. You wanna affect somebody's relationships, you're gonna be affected in that manner. It's as simple as that. Somebody is possibly tired of them and ready to move on. Yeah, Knight of Wands in reverse, Hierophant reverse. It's the same shit. They'll never change. Yeah, selfishness, hanged man, hit the flow. Piscean energy. Yeah, they're selfish. Feminine, you could be getting free from something. You know, they may be going to jail. Yeah, they're afraid. They're about to face this. They're about to face that. Always doing shit. Always trying to sacrifice somebody. These people need help. Weird as fuck. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, final judgment. Yeah, these people, feminine, misjudged you. They cause so many people to misjudge you. Ooh, child. The criminals got the nerve to be judgmental. That is a reading all by itself, motherfucker. Got Queen of Wands in the reverse. The criminal is judgmental. The stalkers are judgmental. The Dark Witch of Tarot, the Hoe of Tarot, Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Distorted Witch. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. People are seeing this person as selfish. A selfish witch. Ooh, they seeing it clearly too. Ace of Swords and deciding to block some of these motherfuckers. Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles. And they're seeing why feminine, y'all blocked, okay? Because some of y'all stopped fooling with motherfuckers a long time ago. And now, 1,000 years later, some folks are finally getting that narcissistic spell off of their ass. So they can see, get the soot out their damn eyes. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, there you are. That people have been stalking you, stealing and pretending to not do so. These people don't learn their lessons. Page of Swords here in the reverse. People didn't want to believe it. Yes, the Horus is there. Her and her whole horror, what do you call it? Atorium. Yeah, six of cups. Yeah, people in the past, what they were doing to you and your children. Weird. Nine of cups in the reverse. Now people ain't going fuck with them no more now. It's like, you weird, you're weird. Something is wrong. We all got issues, but this is no. We're not going to sweep this under the everybody got issues category. This is some sicko psycho shit that is scary. And you're scary because you're walking around looking like a regular person, carrying a briefcase and shit, as if that's supposed to make the crazy not be seen. Yep. Five of Swords is in the reverse. Feminine. That's that gaslighting. It's clear. Game over. Some people want to do the honorable thing, or it's like this is also like shutting down gossip. And so people are going to hold back, make the choice to hold back from these people here. And that could be why they're so upset. Okay. Final messages. Yeah, I know they're in my energy. I'm not worried about it. They should be. Let's get the final messages. What's about to happen to them? Maybe that's a good one. And then, like I said, I might end this and come back and then do some of our exercises for those of you who are interested, or I might do it on my TikTok, okay? So we'll just see. Because we're going to clear all their trashy energy, essentially. And their little crackhead spells. What's about to happen to them? What's the final judgment and rule for these motherfuckers? Because even with the news that they've gotten here, somebody could be going to jail. They might have to give something back. People are possibly holding back from them and cutting them off, moving away from them. And instead of like regular healthy adults, know how to self-reflect and evaluate their conduct and behavior and make proper necessary adjustments. What's about to happen to these energies, the ones that's wilding out and those that they're working with and for? Doing the most. Justice came out as the first card, motherfucker. They may not see it though all the way because I have 17, 18. Scandal. Ooh-wee. They may not see it because 18 is like the moon, so it's like it's hidden. Or what their worst fear. What's about to happen? This jealousy. Okay. So they're about to take a loss because their jealousy just drove these people insane. It drove these people to this inhumane behavior. It overtook them. It's a program that's overriding them. And they don't know how to deal with their issues. Oh, that's all on my phone. Solitude. Okay, so people, they're not going to get any comfort. People may start cutting them off on the phone, or talking bad about them online or something like that because of this shit. Because it's like, wow, that's really how low you were really that fucked up. It was really that deep and that serious for you. Yeah, this immorality. This immorality. They about to pay for that. Love and wisdom in the reverse, and then patience, laziness. Discrimination. Destruction of the environment. Yeah, these people were hell-bent on destroying your environment. So they're about to be frustrated in their environment and suffer some kind of penalty for that. You don't fuck with somebody's life and environment because you are insecure, you're jealous. Yeah, family conflicts causing all this shit in people in the family and shit. Because you jealous, you're insecure, you don't want to work, you triggered, you're this, you're that. Yeah, this is going to be a family war. Anger. This, like I said, there's some family members that may be migrating to where you at, collective, to go ahead, since motherfuckers is cocky and shit, walking around like ostriches, feeling untouchable, to show up where they least expected. Yeah, so people want to know, people want the answers, this prejudice, people can see, like, these people, this prejudice, this jealousy, you went around and stirred a bunch of prejudiced bitches is what you did, or that's what the fuck you and your little trashy crew did. And people see it, and there's family members on your guys' behalf, collective, that's angry. And some of them finna ride, okay? They may be trying to work some things out in the background right now, trying to figure out what they can, how to approach. Because they're shocked. Some of them are shocked at this shit. Like, I can't believe it. So you was willing to do that to you that mad? You need medication. You don't need to be famous. You need medicine. You don't need a platform, a business. You don't need another surgery. You need medicine. Yes, spiritual communication. Yeah. Spiritual troubles. Yeah, they're in trouble. They're in trouble for causing all this destruction, this family conflicts that was based on jealousy, these people's laziness, what they were doing to you all in solitude. This was immoral. And ain't nobody getting away. Ain't nobody. Falsehood. They're fake. Yeah. And cruel. So they're about to suffer and reap this cruelty here. And some of them about to reap some in a few minutes.